Alright, welcome back to Amy and Tommie's Country Kitchen Part 2. We're now talking about macaroni and cheese. Well, before we get started, let's take a look at the collard greens here. You'll see, because we are a no pork household, we don't use the pork, so we've decided to use a turkey leg instead. Some families, traditional families, use pork, ham hock, something like that, but we're using turkey leg. The flavor is about the same. So, it's up to you. It doesn't really matter, but we prefer the turkey leg here. So what we're going to do is, now that it's boiled, as you've seen here, it's kind of boiled down a little bit. If you might get right there, you see it boiled down a little bit. Now, what we're going to do is, we're going to add about a tablespoon of sugar. Teaspoon. Sorry, about a teaspoon of sugar here. Now, I don't want to use this. I got to find some more sugar. So, hold on. I need to find some sugar. Now, this is a good point right here, because in my mom's, it's you know, there's a lot of generational and cultural differences. I don't have the sugar in here. Oh well. There's a lot of generational and cultural differences. For example, in my mom's house, she puts sugar and molasses in it. In my dad's house, and his mother's house, he just uses sugar. He just found out today, after being married for almost 40 years, that my mom has been putting molasses in the collard greens. So he was not pleased. But you know, what I'm going to do is I'm just put a.
It's a bit more than a teaspoon.
A bit more than a teaspoon, but you know, I'm pretty sweet, so I'm gonna do that. Drop it in there, and that's gonna, you know, help to sweeten the pot a little bit, and then good there. So we'll let that go, and we'll go ahead and put this back up here, and then we'll go ahead and cover this back up. Let it kind of do what it does.
Do you want to mix it up a bit?
I might mix it up a bit. You know what? I think I might mix it up.
No, there's a little this spoons.
Which one?
The wooden one.
Hey,
it's
which
next
one? The wooden one? All right, we'll use the wooden one here. We'll mix it up just a little bit. Not just a little bit here. Now, while we're going to move into macaroni and cheese. Again, macaroni and cheese, very regional thing. Many people don't know this, but my wife and I, we come from two different backgrounds. She's from Australia, and I'm from America. Another thing people don't know is that we're an interracial couple. People are always shocked when they see us. They always think that you know, we're from Brazil or something like that. We get that all the time when we go to Italy. So, you know, it happens from time to time, but, you know, what can you do? But I'm an American, I'm proud to be American, she's proud to be an Australian, and all that good stuff. But one of the differences is... And
you like the Australian bird in the background.
Yeah. It's,
anyway.
Yeah, it is an Australian bird in the background. I don't know much about Australia. The thing about it's weird is that bird is right side up, actually. So, one of the things about macaroni and cheese, we have a regional difference about macaroni and cheese. My wife, you know, being from Australia, and what we know about some of our Caucasian friends, they like a more pasta consistency with their macaroni and cheese. They don't like the baked. So, being from the South, being, you know, my folks being from South Carolina, and I get my background, my flavor, and I get my taste in culinary culinary design from the South, southern food. So I like a baked macaroni and cheese more than I like more the pasta style. Either one, it's mix or match. It's up to you how you like to do it. But because of that, we're going to have a kind of a macaroni and cheese cook-off, if you will.
That's right.
So that's, you know, she's going to use her style, and I'm going to do my style. So we have what we have here. We've got 2 pots of boiling water. Both of them are getting ready to boil up. We got some salt in the water here, and my wife, she's going to be using Da Vinci pasta, macaroni elbows, because that's what she likes. You know, she's accustomed to it. Again, me being more American, more kind of, you know, I'm going to use the Kraft macaroni and cheese as my starting point. So we're waiting for the water to boil, but while we're waiting for the water to boil, the reason I like the Kraft macaroni and cheese is because of the Kraft macaroni and cheese packet. So what I'm going to do, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to take what I've got here already. I've got my egg. If you look here, I've got the egg, and I've got some pepper already in the egg to get some flavor in there. Put this Kraft macaroni and cheese packet into the packet here, the mixing bowl. So I'm going to go ahead and mix that up. Give me a moment here, sorry. So we'll throw that in there. Gives it some of the color and the consistency that I'm appreciative of. Then we're going to take some milk. Now then, milk, you know, this is how I do it. Gives you a creamy flavor.
Forever milk. Hang on, we got to show the folks at home.
So this is Horizon organic milk. For those of you guys aren't, today is the 24th, 25th 20-something. I'll tell you in a minute. Today is the 25th of November, okay? This milk expires on the 6th of January 2012. This is good. Either this milk is made of kryptonite or it's the best milk ever. So this is the milk that we get. Especially if you're not a big milk drinker and you need milk over and over again. This is really a good
Forever
choice.
milk.
So it's good milk. We call it forever milk. So I'm going to pop this bad boy open. Now, again, we use 2% milk. In the South, you probably use whole milk, but I think it'll be all right. You know, it's probably a healthier consistency for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a quarter, get about a quarter cup, a little less than a third. Yeah, I think about a quarter cup. A little bit more than 100 mils for my Australian compadres that may have to see this. So I'm just going to pour it in there. There you go. Again, I could have just measured it to a little bit. I got a little bit more than a quarter cup in here. Closer, actually, a lot more. Double it, more about half cup. But again, this is really to taste the flavor. I'm a creamy guy, so I like a lot of cream. So
It may not be the thick cut consistency that you like.
It may not be, but again, I'm also a risk taker, and I take a lot of risks. So again, this is where I'm kind of a little bit crazy. I go the next level. And I go a little bit higher, you know. I do it double. I do it doubly well. That's why I put double in there. So pour that in there. You see. Now you also see here that I have. We're using some cheese, some shredded cheese. Some people like to shred their own cheese. You know. Sometimes people like to shred their own cheese, and you know, I'm a busy man. This is a hobby of mine. You know, cooking. I'm a hobbyist. I don't do this often, but you know, I'm a little bit of a hobbyist. But I don't have a lot of time, so I like to get the big bag of shredded cheese. In the old days, you get some government cheese, you know, government cheese. You know, you get that, or you know, or you can do, you know, some people like to cut up their own cheese. Again, depends on your time. And again, I don't really have a lot of time, so I'm going to use the shredded cheese. We're going to mix that in to the concoction here, but we'll do that in part 3. So anyway, we're going to pause it right now, and then because I have to check on my water's starting to boil over here, and I got to check on my collard. So I'm going to put it on pause, and when we come back, we'll be able to see how the collard greens are looking, how the water's starting to boil, and we can see how this macaroni and cheese cook-off ends at the end. So we'll see you later. 2 and 2.
Amy.
What's that, man?
Amy and Tommie's.
Amy and Tommie's Country Kitchen.
That's right.
Be right back.